what would you do if you wanted to get married and then you went to an astrologer and they told you it's a very, very bad match? I have been going through this experience of having a few clients recently who are so determined that they want to get married to this particular person they want to get married to, with whom they're really not compatible. And I was really like, why are they so attached? Why they don't just see that this is not a potential match? So I was actually thinking today to share with you from this particular episode of the divorce court program. When I was doing my research to find out about the reasons for divorce, etc., I found this channel called Divorce Court, and there's this judge called Lynn Toller, and there are different real life cases, people coming there to divorce, and different reasons why they want to divorce. And one common thing in each of this episodes, each of these cases, how people were so much in love previously and they thought they cannot live without each other, and then they are now in divorce court. They cannot stand each other, they cannot tolerate each other. So we can learn a lot from these stories, real life examples, to identify these tendencies. The human mind tendentially goes into false trap for some attraction factor, and then seeing the potential, and then not considering the consequences, etc. So today I want to share with you from this episode some clips and my comments about.
CJ caught Ashley's eye the second he walked into her college class. With his good looks, great style, and charm, he definitely made the grade. But fast forward 5 years and 2 children, and Ashley says their relationship is failing.
He had sent messages to girls asking for their phone numbers, asking to meet them.
You know, I leave the house, she sleep, and then I come back from work, she still asleep.
Not true.
It's looking like she's in the same position, the exact same position, laying like this.
By the time we had our first child, CJ was out the door. I took him back, we had a second child, and now he's out the door again.
Ashley says she and CJ have flunked the relationship test.
He has yet to bathe our 3-month-old daughter. He barely holds her. You know.
And definitely will not move on to marriage. Today on Divorce Court.
Come to order. Court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Lynn Toller presiding.
Good day, ladies and gentlemen. I'm here today with Ashley Alston and Clarence C.J. Haskell II. The two of you have been together for 5 years. You have 2 children together. You do not want to be together anymore. Ms. Alston, you are seeking financial compensation from Mr. Haskell, and we will talk about that momentarily. But before we do, I would like to start with you and ask you a little bit about your relationship and why we're here in divorce court today.
Okay, Your Honor. By the time we had our first child, CJ was out the door. I took him back, we had a second child, and now he's out the door again. This time, just a couple days ago, I was on his Twitter and I saw that he had sent messages to girls asking for their phone numbers, asking to meet them, and we were together at this time. And I don't tolerate that.
Number one is, in real life, marriage is all about responsibility, trust, paying bills, taking care of each other, and babies, and money, and all these things. Often, before getting married, we tend to fantasize or imagine how wonderful we will feel with the other person, and we forget to see the practical realities of life. So this particular section that I'm going to show to you is going to prove how we may not see the real person, but a person that we would like them to be, and therefore we avoid seeing the realities.
Pay for your own children,
Oh,
but you're paying for theirs.
I do pay for my own children.
No.
Miss Alston, what the heck were you doing with him? What were you doing? What were you thinking?
I thought I saw potential in him, but I mean.
After the fool he acted once you had.
The second point is about, you were just seeing how she was saying, oh, but I saw potential in him, but I don't know why I got further into this whole thing and had a child and everything. So this is one other mistake that even devotees do, is to try to see the potential. It's like they don't see what is in front of their eyes, but they think that they can change the other person, they can improve them, and then they will become a better person, and then they will have a better relationship. Basically, it's like, I'll give you this example of a particular client who really had a very, very bad match with the person that this devotee wanted to get married. And then I told them that this is a really bad match. Please don't get married. Don't go ahead. There's hardly any positive signs in the compatibility. So the devotee was like, can you please mention those positive things so we can maximize them? And then I was just trying really hard to give an example of how to maximize it. But then I realized it's really, her situation was really like a person who wants to collect shoes of different companies, of different colors, different brands, but she doesn't have legs. In other words, you know, trying to look for some positives in the relationships where it's a whole big incompatible match, is a terrible match, and then trying to like find that little attraction factor here and there. It's really like fantasizing about different kinds of shoes when, you know, there are no legs to wear the shoes. It's that serious, actually. So again, marriage is all about realities, so we should check the person as they are and not imagine them to become who we want them to be.
With him, and you see how he treats his mother and his friends and his alcohol, and then you watch him. And then after a couple of years, if you want to marry him and he wants to marry you, you marry him. Then you get him home and you watch him. You watch what he does, where his money goes, how consistent he is, how often he comes home. You let a year go by, let it get a little ugly, and then you watch him. Make sure that he can get through the ugly times, and he's good enough to mix my gene pool with his gene pool, and we would create a life. But you don't do it until then. You just don't. It's not a casual activity. Mr. Haskell, you need to grow up. You need to find out good enough ain't good enough, and a little bit here and a little bit there. It's a tough life out there. It takes effort. It takes education. It takes advancement. It does not take shoes. It does not take earrings. It doesn't have anything to do with a shirt. It has to do with the mind and the ability and the bank account and the care that you give your children. It has to do with all of that stuff. You get that right, and then you're somebody. So here's the thing. For those 2 months until she gets you on child support, you will pay her $530. It is so ordered.
All rise.
So the point is, don't just get married to somebody because they are really cool and they look nice and they talk in a nice way. Check more about them. Ask from senior devotees. Check astrology. Watch how they treat their family and their friends. See how they spend their money. Sometimes people are like so blinded by their lust. Of course, they usually call it love in the beginning, and then they end up in divorce court. They are so much in love that they just think that, no, this will work out for me. But, you know, like, be careful about the warnings.